Hello, everyone, and welcome to this Final Beta weekend event. This is Sky, and I wanted to show off a little bit before we went into the event. This is my homeboy Mouse, and he's dressed up like a little punching leprechaun, ready to get in the boxing ring and beat up some people in PvP. And I'm dressed up in my out of in city clothes. So if you just go to your character, you hit tab, you can see what you wear. Him, I'm not sure what he had. I believe he had a costume that he got from somewhere, but he definitely looks really, 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 really cool. So going into the final beta weekend event, you pretty much had to come to this area, find the portal, go into the portal, and this is where you landed. So the final event was called Mockery of Death. Now there was little hints of hunger and starvation and things of that nature, but a lot of us didn't know what was going on. Where I'm at right now is just a trial run. So now the actual game just started right now, and I'm gonna slow it down for you guys so I can explain some of this. Now, we all started in this cave, and there were different teams in this instance world, but we didn't know what was going on exactly. So we just were thinking in our head, okay, there's probably another team. Let's go kill them. We didn't realize that we were losing health or slowly depleting. At least I didn't, because I got to the final event right when it started, so I didn't have time to read anything at that point. But as you can see in the top right hand corner, there's a no death penalty. So for the first 15 minutes, you can kind of explore and figure out the land, if you had an idea of what was going on. And then if you died, there would be no death penalty. You can come back to life. Once that death penalty was over, you couldn't come back to life. It was last man standing, Hunger Game type of style gameplay, and it was really, really cool. A lot of people didn't understand it. They thought it was kind of weird, or it was messed up, or they just didn't really understand what was going on. They're like, I'm losing health and I gotta fight the other members. Like, what's fun about this? They didn't know that, at the end of the game, there's only gonna be a couple people left, and you're gonna be looking for rations, and you need to survive on yourself, and you need to pick up special abilities and special things like in the Hunger Games, and be able to survive. So it was definitely very, very cool if you got to understand it. I didn't realize what was going on to maybe mid game. I mean, everyone's saying Hunger Games in the chat channels and in Ventrilo, but you don't know what's going on. This just started. I mean, a couple people maybe got to read the instructions, but still, for the most part, a lot of us didn't read the instructions, and we're just going out there looking for someone to kill. Hence why we're in such a big group right now. If we all could do this again, we probably won't see anybody together, and maybe 2 or 3 people working together to try to strategize, to get more rations and kill other people. So here's wanted to slow it down for you guys so you can see where we finally met up with the other group and we started attacking each other. So other than the fact that you're losing or depleting life, you also have to kill the other people, or you can kill the people or choose to run away. Sorry, one of my guild members found them, ganked them, wanted to see what happens when they die. So this is what happens. A whole bunch of loot comes out, and you can loot different types of things like ammunition, and just a whole bunch of different cool stuff. So as you can see, I started looking through my inventory, and I was trying to figure out, all right, where did all that stuff go? And it's actually the buffs that are on top of my 6, 7, 8, and 9 keys. That's what, like, a lot of the stuff that you're picking up out from the ground are right there. So when you picked up a ration, it was showing there, and I didn't know that. And I was looking through my inventory trying to figure out, like, where's the ration I need to eat? I'm losing health. And then finally I realized, when I read the number 6 ability, that when you pick up a ration, you can eat it, and then it gives you health for a certain amount of time, and then it goes away, and it's not a lot of health. So one ration only gave you a couple ticks, so it wasn't satisfying enough. You really had to find a lot, and there wasn't enough for everyone, so you had to go off on your own, eventually, if you were going to survive this. So right now there's still a 10-minute death penalty. Time remaining for the total event is 35 minutes. And right now we're just testing everything out, trying to figure things out, going through it, killing the other team. So right now we're pushing against them. So I just kind of backed off, wanting to see what was going on. There's a lot of little castles and keeps and swamps. The landmass was pretty cool, the way everything was set up in this area. And then you can see, kind of was like, let me break off a little bit to see what I can find. And then I saw these 2 guys, and I was like, you know what? Oh, that guy's almost dead. I need to take advantage of this to see what else I can get. So I went ahead and started killing him, and then his friend came after me right after, and as you can see, you'll see he ends up killing me because I was low health. I wasn't eating rations at this point. I didn't really figure that out. And then when you died, since there was still a death penalty, you just started back at the beginning. Now this is where your instructions were, that little area right there, which I'll show you guys in a bit. That's what where you get to understand what exactly was going on. So as you can see, you can read about hunger, how to eat, what rations do, ammunitions, all different types of things. And I'm sure that I didn't even get to see everything that was in this instance zone. So it's definitely a lot of cool stuff there. I didn't even get to read everything with power-ups and special kills and different type of things. So there's a lot into this that I can't wait to get my hands on, and I really am excited that this is going to be part of the game, because I mean, it's so big and it's so like a huge thing that there's no way they keep this out of the game. Like, it was really awesome. So I look forward to kind of having these type of like mini game. It feels like a mini game to me, so it's really cool. And then go ahead, fast forward, because there's a lot of running, and a lot of this you guys have already seen. So I'm just running around trying to pick up stuff, pick up ammunition. My health is still depleting. There's the map of the world. Still going through, picking up more stuff. Health depleting. So you get the point. Picking up rations. I was in a party, so I was actually looking for my party members, and they were on the other team, and I didn't realize that until I got right next to them and then started to try to kill them. At this point, I finally realized about the rations and started eating them. But as you can see, the death penalty, it should show up in the top right-hand corner. I think there's still one more death penalty. The death penalty is still going. It's not over yet, so this is still kind of like a trial. It's not like the real thing. So I just got killed right there, and then it says there's no death penalty in 3 minutes left. And then I realized that, so I started to say, okay, I got to come up with a plan. I got to do something. I was still looking for my members right here at this point. So I just started running towards them, and, just trying to figure everything out. So it's crazy when you just get thrown into something and you don't really know what's going on. I mean, you know a little bit, but you're not sure. You never did it before. And I think that was a lot of the fun of it, and something that a lot of us will never forget. So it was definitely a beta event worth going to if you were one of the last members. So there goes one of my guild members trying to shoot them, running away. So there's like a minute left, just going through it, and then now there's 20 seconds left, and I'm like, oh shit, death penalty's coming in 20 seconds. I need to run as far away as I can from my group, from the enemies. Like, at this point, everybody's an enemy, so I was like, I'm out of here. So I'm halfway with life. I'm looking for a cave or something to just hide from everyone, and then I found these rations here, started picking them up one by one. Now you can see in the top right, it shows how many people are still alive. So you have blue assassins, gold assassins, green assassins, and red assassins, and I was part of the red assassin team. So it was a lot of different teams, which kind of made this event pretty cool too, and whoever was the last one standing was the one that was going to end up winning the game. And then there's a lot more to this as we keep watching. I'll show you guys how when you die at any point after when the no death penalty started happening, you turned into a robot. And when you turn into a robot, you went out and you had to look for the other team members or assist your team members by dropping ammunition or doing cool things like that. But I'll explain a little bit more once we get over there. So right now I'm just exploring this cave that I've never been into and just picking up as many things as I possibly can. And you can see the status is just constantly updating. You're just slowly seeing people dying over and over. So I mean, it's really cool when you're like, yeah, I'm still alive, I'm still going, everyone's dying, let's see if I could get this done. So picking up the assassin cloak again. The assassin cloak is what makes it disappear so you can run away, and you're gonna see I'm gonna use it up here soon. And just going through it, having a blast, even though I was by myself. I mean, there's so much you can do with this. If you team up with a second person and you're able to find enough rations, and then you and that person gank any person that's alone. So I mean, it's a lot of different things that go into this and different ways to do it. So I got to this area, I saw an enemy, got a little scared, started running away, ran all the way back through the same cave that I just went through because I didn't want to fight him. So I used my cloak ability that I got from this cave, ran back over here, started picking up all the rations that were back here because they actually respawn, and then got away from that guy. So now you can see the robots, they started to find me, and this is more towards the end. Now you can see there's only a couple people left. There's 2 from blue, 4 from gold, 11 from green, and 15 from I can't see what was the last color that was there, and there's only a couple of us left. So I'm like barely surviving. I got these robots following me. I got no idea what's going on. I wasn't sure if they were able to damage me at first. I wasn't sure what they can do because they had abilities. So I was terrified at this point. I was like, yo, I got 99 HP left and I got robots following me. Like, I'm gonna die for sure. And I wasn't sure if they were waiting for me to get to like no health and then just gank me or what was going on. So right here I almost died. Like 39 HP, found a ration, picked it up, 24 HP, ate the ration, and my health's going back up for a couple ticks. Not much, but enough to get me to the next ration. And there goes some of my epic members. Mitsu, shout out. Going through and just looking for more rations. Again, I'm at 199 HP. I mean, this is really intense, this part, when you're going through it and you know you're about to die, and then you got all these robots that you've never been in the zone before. You don't know what they can do to you, what they're doing, and what they were actually doing was pinging people. As you can see in the map where it's turning red, it shows the other team where you're at, and at the same time I could kill them, but they couldn't really do damage to me. So now I'm just gonna fast forward to show you guys where I was going. My health was constantly between, it was under 200, 300 HP for this whole entire time. I would say like a good 10 minutes, so it's pretty scary. Then I found this little swamp area, started going in there. As you can see, there's maybe like 20 people left at this point in the game. Started exploring this little swamp area, looking around. Robots following me like crazy because all the players that are dead, they're robots, so they're just following me around. Found a little sweet spot, picking up some stuff. My HP slowly getting into the 600, so that's a little better, but I was still scared. Really, really intense. So I got all these damn robots following me around. There's 9, 13, 3, and 1 players left in the game. So I was like, wow, I might have a chance to win this. And I was so excited. I was like, I want to win this so bad. Because I love PvP and different things like that. When you're like playing against other players, like it's so much more fun than just playing a single player game by yourself. So I'm up here, looking around, looking in the cliff, and I see this guy do his bubble thing, right? And I got scared. And for whatever reason, I went to the side of the cliff. I was like, oh, it's too many of them. Let me lose them. And I start falling down, and I failed. 10 minutes left in the game, like 10 or 12 or 13 people left in the game, and I fell off a cliff. Are you serious? But it happened, and I had to deal with it. And you know what? It's good that it happened because at least I get to show you guys in the video what happens when you die. And when you died, you turn into this robot with 3 abilities. One was to drop off ammunition. The other ability was to ping your location so people can know where the enemy is. And then the third ability was like this bubble thing to protect your player. So if you're following one of the members of your team and you put up a bubble, they can't get attacked by projectiles or things like that are coming their way. So it definitely was a good idea to stick with any of your team members once you turn into a robot so you can support them. Or you can go out and do the opposite and find the other team members and ping their locations so your team can find where they're at. Now, a lot of people didn't know this, so I mean, again, it's the first time we're all thrown into this world, and a lot of this we had no idea. We were just kind of figuring out as we were going, and you can see like there's a ton of robots everywhere. There's only like 10 people left in the game, so at that point, I'm not sure how many players were in this instance area, but it definitely had to be a lot, at least 300 or so. I would say anywhere between 100 to 300 players, so there was a lot of robots. Now here I found one of my team members, so I was just following him, trying to see whatever support I can do, drop ammunition. You couldn't attack the other robots once you were a robot, but just following them, seeing what was going on. And then one of my guild members right here, Needless, showed up, so I just started following him, and I started telling him that I would protect him and do whatever I can to help him win. And there's like 1 minute left, and we're ticking down, and me and Needless were like, yeah, we're gonna win, because you know, even though I didn't win, I still felt like we won because we were there supporting him. So just following him. 13 seconds left. There should be a status up here in a minute or so. Hopefully they show a status of who's alive, who's not. I think it was like the red team. We had like the most. We had like 4 or 5 left, and then the other teams either had none or they had 1 or 2 left, and that was the end of the game. And the end of the beta, Mockery of Death, definitely very very cool. Never done before in an MMORPG, at least that I know of, or a big time MMORPG. Never done in a big time MMORPG like this for sure, because I've played almost all of them. So I'm here celebrating, doing my little robot dance. Needless, very very happy because he won, and then we're just trying to figure out, okay, what happens now? The game's over. What do we do? So I started going around, looking around, trying to figure this out a little bit. I saw a whole bunch of people walking around, moving around, and I guess either where the players ended, a box dropped, or well, it didn't drop by my guild member, but there was a box in the area, and these are the type of boxes that they had in the other final events, where you just go to the box, you click in, and you turn into something special. So you can see the guy turned into an animal, I turned into a giant, and you can keep playing with it back and forth. And there was 2 boxes in my little area. So got invisible, looking around, showing you guys the different effects. I got some fireworks here, started lighting fireworks. So this is like the last 2 or 3 minutes of the game, which is pretty cool. Turned into this, got this thing where it lets you take screenshots. It wants you to like strike a pose, which was that little purple thing that you see right there. So that was pretty cool. Took a couple cool screenshots for the contest on Facebook. Turned invisible, was looking like Predator for a minute, and then that was pretty much it. Turned into